YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming back at y'all with another YouTube read, another energy read. I hope this finds y'all at a resonating time of your day. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. Energy is timeless, so if this finds you, it's probably meant to follow upon your intuitive confirmations or nudges in some way, shape, or form. Something's supposed to be, and if it's not, click off. Also, don't be projecting. If it ain't for you, it ain't meant for you, team. I promise. I ain't trying to attack you. I ain't trying to gaslight you now. But don't gaslight yourself. That's one thing. Take responsibility, take accountability. Don't gaslight yourself coming on my channel. If it's supposed to be intuitive confirmation. Without further ado, if you need a personal booking with me, hit up Shamika Sun with a C and Shamika at gmail.com. Let's go and get started. Angels of the highest white light, please bestow upon me. Remove any blockages, any distorted energies trying to block my energy flow, and allow me to channel clear and concise messages for the collective and what they need to hear today. Thank you, and Ashe. People are in awe of you and shocked by you. Mysteriousness is signified. A short meal may be significant. I think this is a perception of people thought you were short. When I say short, energy, short in your range of masculinity, in the yang energy. There's a specification about you showing up, how you show up, or maybe how you stand up for yourself. Maybe you standing up for yourself, protecting yourself, your ability to protect yourself may be significant. But the masculine energy, not your, it's the way you show up, the boldness, the embracing, the action of you showing up, the action of you speaking up for yourself, the action of some type of thing like that. I think people perceived it before as short, as smaller, as not so much. He or she won't, whatever that is. There was a perception that has been shocked, or you have shocked people with a contradictory reflection of some kind. All the envy is proof of God's glory over your life. So I think a lot of people jump to conclusions out of spite, out of envy, out of animosity. There's a need to rest and restore your energy. A lot of people jump to, I'm hearing allegations, so falsely accuse you, slander your name, reject you is what I'm hearing, but there was a different defamation of character is what I'm hearing, but that was what I was looking for. But something about slander, something about rejection. Your voice is very therapeutic, so you're very healing, whoever I'm tapped into. You may be tap into a couple of singer, rappers, artists. I'm gonna start sharing some of the work you guys send me, so send me your work. Artists, you don't think that I'm not responding to you, and if I haven't, I will. That's just a message for a few of y'all, because there's a lot of artists that tap into me, and I think that's so fucking cool. But send me your work. I love to, there's this one poem that I'm probably going to share later on, but it was a beautiful, I haven't even fully dissected it, because that's how, interesting the poem was to me. But someone sent me a poem. Was it Elsie or I don't even want to confuse it, but Ellie. I could be a little off, but if she's watching this video, you'll know it's you. But that poem was so dope. But there's something about your enlightenment that you bring or carry through your voice. That's literally specifically what I just channeled. You're very powerful. There's a certain light power that you carry through your voice. Singer, rapper, poet, writer, author, podcast speaker, healer, intuitive. These are just a little bit of traits that, you know what I mean? These are generalized traits too, but painters is what I'm picking up on too. These are very therapeutic, not only practices to do for self, but for others, many others that may not practice those things, but may literally enjoy taking in those things. So I'm tapping into a lot of creatives, a lot of the creator side of the aspect, not the user or the consumer side. I think that's very cool, but there's something about how you show up that is meant to serve enlightenment, transcendence, or some type of shock, right? I think you give off a shock factor with your voice. Maybe you're specifically your voice for a few people, but maybe your style of being, maybe your style of truth, maybe the way you dress, maybe the way you come off, maybe the way you wear your hair. Maybe the way you speak, though. Maybe the way you write. Maybe the way you believe in things. There's something that makes people think. You make people think. You enlighten people. What is this situation teaching you? So I feel like you learn from a lot of things that happen to you. Whoever I'm tapping into, it's something like you're really good at learning from introspection. You learn from within. And that's how you've gone through your ascension processes, which is a really cool thing because I can relate to the inner turmoils that can kind of create the greatest like space for your auric field, and you can open up some shit you never even knew existed within you, right? And that may be a specific message for somebody to go within to activate some shit that they never knew within themselves. And only you, when I say these things, I got a comment the other day, like, how do you do these things that you speak of that, you know, you tell me, but I don't know how to do it. And I tell you, let me slow down. I give the key for somebody to have their own key to unlock their own door. It's a subjective key. And what I mean by that, I can't teach you how to unlock your own door. I can give you the information to go within yourself and to do with the information. Like, I can't, I have musical abilities, I have psychological abilities, I have other things, right? But I can't teach somebody how to, if they have this type of ability or this type of, to do this or that when it's subjective to their mission, right? And that's the whole point about this kind of occult information. And the meaning of occult is, I like that it was specified in one of my recent videos. It is the meaning of what is to not be seen. The occult is what's hidden. That's the etymology of the word, if you look it up. But the your yellow brick road, following your yellow brick road, knowing that you're on track is significant at this time. Amidst towers or possible towers that may be dropping around you. And I'm feeling like this is for people, I was going to say around you, for people that were in Seven of Swords energy and deceptive energy that were trying to target, maybe indirectly. I don't know what that means. Take what resonates. I'm not going into that. But connections to ancient Egypt, that's come out a few times. That comes out a few times. But your art is needed, bro or sis. So there's something about your art that is timeless. Something about it that's ancient. Something about your soul represents ancient royalty or some shit, you know? There's something ancient. Like, when I came out with my writings, my poems, people could see something ancient about my mind, the way I wrote, the way I could speak. There's something different. It's older. There may be something similar about that with you. You may bring like an OG vibe. Like, I'm 20 years old, but there's something different about my presence. So there's something different about your presence, whoever I'm tapping into, right? But the Eight of Pentacles energy, this is like a self-mastery energy. So a need to step out on faith. This can also represent, you know, a student energy. I don't know why I'm getting that. So you could be really good at learning. You like stepping out on faith. And if that's not the case, there's a need to learn new things, to spread your wings or to adapt further into whatever this is that, you know, you're shocking people with. I don't know. I was really highlighting creatives, but you don't have to be a creative to tap into this message. But creativity is definitely highlighted in this energy. There's something emphatic about your creativity and whatever you operate in, and however it brings a soothingness. I'm literally getting that, the energy. There's something about your creativity that brings soothing to people's day, and that's what it does. You know, why do we like listening to music? Because it stimulates us. There's something about the stimulation that you bring people. With money coming in, you progressing continuously steadfast toward whatever this is that, you know, even if you're not putting content out for other people, even if you're not impacting other people yet, or if you're not planning to, even if that's not even part of your mission, whatever work you're doing right now or being guided to do right now to create that momentum for that time space or whatever that represents is being highly advised right now. Empowering yourself is being highly advised right now. With the Three of Pentacles energy, there's going to be many people that, or there are many people that want to collaborate with you, and there are also many people that are jealous of your shine and the way others view you. With the Eight of Swords energy, that want these people that are, there's people, okay, slow down. There are people that are jealous of you. There are people that are jealous of your shine that want you to be in a self-imposed imprisonment about yourself, so down and bad about yourself, or in a distorted view of self, or having an eluded perception of self. There's a group of people, or one person specifically for some people, that does not want you to see yourself in the truest nature. This is out of envy or jealousy. Because like I said, this is contradictory to the message I was saying earlier. You shock people, or you're shocking people with how you're coming off. So there's a need, like my first message I recorded for the day, there was a need for empowering, owning self, owning yourself, owning the way you show up. 10:01, as I was saying that. Owning yourself as you show up, seeing your reflection. 10:01 is a mirrored number, seeing your reflection, being able to face your fears, your biggest reflection of fears, reflection of hate, reflection of shadow, and being able to accept it and love it wholeheartedly and unconditionally. That type of empowerment is going to have you unfuckwittable in terms of somebody else trying to tell you about yourself. Because if you know your shadows, you know your deepest skeletons, who the fuck is going to tell you about your skeletons? Who the fuck is going to tell you about you? And that's what I learned. I learned that through my father. Very much so. To own those skeletons, to own those shadows, because it doesn't necessarily depict evil. It doesn't necessarily depict wickedness. It's about duality, and we all have a contrast, abstract, dual consciousness to us, whether we like it or not. And that's that good, evil, light, dark, shadow, light, whatever you know what I mean, connotate. But you're in alignment with your desires. Oh, the need of in the wholeness, the oneness, the total acceptance, 11:11, of your duality to create a oneness, or to create a balance within self between your shadow and shadow and light, is the alignment towards your desires, or it's going to maintain a steadfast alignment. And this is all spiritual context. So you being sharpened, let's say you're in the present moment, it takes a lot of balance to even stay in the present moment on a conscious, consistent level, right? So embracing, the thoughts that are like kind of coming towards you that you can't really necessarily control, because the thoughts are the downloads. You're receiving thoughts. You're not really usually creating thoughts. We can create thoughts, but oftentimes the mind is circulating thoughts, whether it's the old thought patterns, whether it's just the new things that your mind is, calculating, perceiving, and kind of writing down, so to speak, in terms of the information that it's capturing every second, right? Your soul is capturing information. It's just a perception to maintain the balance and not get caught up in the thoughts that come in reflection of those things that the mind sees, because it's only a computer. You're the soul that's operating on its totality, on its behalf, and commanding it. That's where you have to come in. With the King of Swords energy, this is the highest form of like discipline in terms of the spiritual perspective of yourself, in terms of the accountability, which is really intense. But when you can get through the intensity, there's no outer intensity that can overtake your wave, right? Because you're already controlling your own flame, your own wave, that flame, that wave that I speak of, right? So from that point on, like I said, throwing that fucking fire from their fire pit into yours is only going to magnify whatever you connotate the fire pit to be. It's the same thing with the hangman position. Having this perspective can balance you out. You can be having this understanding and integrated perspective, integrated form of action is what's needed. Is what can get you through any hangman position. That's what I was getting. All this integrated aspects of self can get you through any type of hangman position. So when you're put into a situation you do not expect, cannot see, cannot kind of predict, you don't have clarity about where it's going, you don't have the clarity on what's aligned for you, or you don't really know, there's a need for that balance within. Those are the times where you need to have that balance energetically within, because if you can lose to your thoughts, you can lose to these things, but you want these higher desires, you want this higher state of peace, you want this higher state of transcendence, but you still lose in battles to your thoughts. How are you going to win the bigger battles that God's going to have for you? And I think that may be my last message, to let go of that poverty consciousness, to let go of those old cycles of self, or anything that's just weighing one's frequency down. And it usually is self. Even if it's another person, even if it's another situation, you're giving your power to that certain person, place, situation, right? And so there's a need for rising to the occasion and outshining. When I hear outshine them all, I'm getting old versions of yourself, outshining old witnesses of your own poverty, your own downfalls, witnesses of your own just down and bad behaviors, whether it was or down and bad behaviors or downfalls of other people that you may have internalized. That may be specific for somebody, situations that you may have internalized. But there's a need to continuously, kind of remove that so to speak, like imposter syndrome is what I'm going at for some people that I'm tapping into. It can be an imposter syndrome when you're shocking people, or when people are confused, when people have many perspectives of what you are, what you're bringing, what you're offering, or what you're doing. It can be confusing to your mind because people are not gaslighting you purposely, but people are confused about you, and people are triggered by you. And it doesn't, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, but the trigger is something that's a tower to other people in regards to your energy, because it makes them think differently. It breaks everything down for them to see something differently. And doesn't always mean good or bad, but a tower is meant. This is what this is for. This is what your relativity point as a soul, whoever I'm tapping into, is going to be for. You're meant to be a continuous shock factor is what I'm getting. A continuous, abundance machine. You know what I mean? In terms of people thinking you down and out, or people thinking you're like your well is dry, and then you come back more fertile than ever, so to speak, on an energetic level. You come back with, water bending and shit. You know what I mean? That water bending literally just came to my head. So there may be something specific about a water sign, water energy, watery aspects. So emotions, clearing emotions, making the wave of emotions, alchemizing that. Your emotions, chronically stuck emotions can stop your money. 1616, as I say that may be significant for somebody. But that's just one thing. But water, so flow, whatever's stopping, whatever in your body, inside your body, outside of your body, auric field, thoughts, whatever this is, densities. There's a need to remove any of these things, because they're probably illusions, or probably miscalculations or internalizations from what's around you. Because like I said in the beginning, there's some type of shock factor that you're bringing to people. There's an element of surprise that yourself, your situation, your being, your character, your work, your voice, whatever that is for you, is bringing a shock to many people. This is putting you in an Empress energy, or I'm speaking to some Empress energies. And what that really means, that's really a very empowered feminine energy. It's the most empowered form of feminine energy, and that's representing the the yin realm. I said yin yang. It's representing the yin realm. It does not have to do with men or women. It's an energy. So there's some sense of creativity, like I was saying. Creativity is being highlighted. Anything that's stopping your flow of creativity at this time is a threat. Basically, like, that's literally just how it came out. Like, whoever I'm tapped into, you're supposed to be utilizing your creativity. An Empress creates timelines. An Empress can create timelines just through the seed or idea. The energy can create timelines at will. An Empress energy, just like an Emperor energy, can rule over the opposite realm, the 3D. That's just the difference. The 5D in other realms is the Empress energy, the spiritual, which is more empowering than what ends up reflecting in the 3D. So there's a need for maintaining, I guess, your focus at this time, because the obsession over you is a compliment, not an insecurity to be ashamed of. You may be dealing with gang stalking. I'm literally getting that. Or people that are trying to get the info on you, maybe not with the best intentions. People trying to get the insight on you, or whatever that is. With 5 of Swords energy, this is literally confirming that energy, a win at all cost energy. So people trying to, maybe not in the best intentions, trying to get in your energy. There's a need to focus on your creativity at this time. Focus on your mission, vision, because you're the hot topic. So I think this is just a message for somebody that's shocking a lot of people, that is needing to continuously need to move forward amidst these situations. Those that were once laughing at you are admirers of you now. There's a need to focus on that creativity so you can maintain that sense of momentum, whatever this is creating for you. And whether it's just energetically, emotionally, whether it's physically, whether it's materially, but there's a need to maintain them focused on that momentum, and not let any densities, outside turbulence, to stop that flow, or to stop that momentum progression in any way, shape, or form. With the Queen of Pentacles is literally confirming that, to nurture your spiritual abilities, your creativity, or yourself at this time, nurturing oneself, which is a specification on the yin energy. It's funny because the first read was talking about yang energy. This one is really going on yin. With Judgment coming out, I'm gonna wait on that. You're vibrating on a very high frequency. There's a need to call judgment on anything that's kind of trying to push you out of that high frequencies, because they're staying grounded is being signified, because there's a lot of energy at play. So based on those shock factors, there's probably a lot of different reactions. There's probably a lot of different connotations of what people think of you to be. I'm getting literally that. I don't know what that means. I don't think you're supposed to care about what that means, because I feel like you're supposed to focus forward on whatever that vision is, that creativity is, and whatever you're moving forward and it's creating momentum for you, whether it's the inner work, whether that's the outer work, whether it's the combination, cultivation of both. That's my last message for you all, though. Well, this one is nurturing your inner child amidst all these situations and knowing that your fate is always in your hands. So I lied to y'all. That's my last message. You're the alchemist over your reality, and utilize that creativity, that sexual energy a little more, because that creativity is tied to that. If you need a personal booking with me, hit up Shamika Sun with a C and Shamika at gmail.com and hit my links in descriptions below. And I thank y'all so much for just all the love and support and just spending some time with me. I hope this finds you at a resonating time. It's your boy Justice, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace out.